sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, man. Al Haymon is, in fact, the most powerful man in boxing. I explained how he forced Andy Ruiz to fire Manny Robles. I got to confirm Leonard Ellaby is straight lying. But let's talk a little bit more about what Shawn Porter said about Errol Spence, in claiming that he was robbed versus Errol Spence, and claiming that Errol Spence is not a top 3 welterweight, putting in his top 3 Crawford, Manny Pacquiao himself. Let's talk a little bit about that first, and then we get to the Al Haymon situation. We back. Goodfella Sports TV. I'll link that interview from behind the glove. Shout out to my jail, Joy Phelps. I'll put the interview in the description on the source link so you can check it out with Shawn Porter. And Shawn Porter, and I'll talk about the other stuff he said in the interview live tonight. It's going to be fire, God willing. But he basically said that he was robbed versus Errol Spence. He outboxed Errol Spence and basically showed that Errol Spence ain't top 3 in the welterweight division. Now, Shawn Porter been getting a lot of love from the local dummy boxing community, which is Errol Spence's affiliation, all right? He's affiliated with him. That's his crew, all right, in my opinion. And people can try to disassociate or disband him from that crew. No, that's his crew. And honestly, I thought Errol Spence pulled it out. I thought the knockdown is what really iced it for him, but I thought he pulled it out in my opinion. But, you know, if I watch it again, I watched it at the movie theater. If I watch it again, maybe I got a different opinion. But guess what? When you judging a fight, you only get one time to watch it. You know what I'm saying? So I thought Shawn Porter lost, but a couple rounds you could have made for Shawn Porter. A couple rounds you probably could have put Spence in a little bit separation. But in my opinion, that fight should have been ordered again. No way Danny Garcia should have been the mandatory while Shawn Porter's being rated number 1. They should reorder that fight, and Errol Spence should fight Shawn Porter. If he's going to fight Pacquiao, then he should fight Shawn Porter after his interim title fight with whoever won the interim title between Qdoba and Lippias. They have 90 days to make that fight happen after Errol Spence's next title defense. So, you know, Shawn Porter should definitely be in the mix. But, you know, like I said before, you know, everybody going to have their opinion. It's subjective who top 5. When I say Jeff Horn was a top 5 welterweight because he beat Manny Pacquiao, they went back and rescored their fight, and they scored it for Jeff Horn again. Now, people going to discredit what Jeff Horn did, you know, after crediting him for beating Manny Pacquiao because they want to discredit Terence Crawford. Now, we go back and look at some of the comments about Jeff Horn beating Manny Pacquiao. A lot of people going to say he just beat Manny Pacquiao fair and square. But now they changing it because they want to discredit what Terence Crawford done. Now, Shawn Porter has already been on record at the WBC convention saying that Terence Crawford is a better fighter than Errol Spence in every aspect. So from that thing, it's opinionated. You know, boxing is subjective, especially when you don't knock somebody out. And even when you knock somebody out, it can be subjective. Look at what people say about Deontay Wilder. Some people say he knocked Fury out. Some people say he didn't. You know what I'm saying? But the 10 count is at the discretion of Jack Reese and any other referee. Like I put on my social media accounts when Lucian Bute really got knocked out. That was a 15 count. If you really count, the referee really bought Lucian Bute time in the 12th round. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, it's subjective. People say, well, how can a dude that held 2 titles not be top 3? You know, like Shawn Porter said, he believed he won the fight. Now, did he arraign or did he piss on Errol Spence parade after the fight? No. You know, neither did Danny Garcia when he beat Keith Thurman. He shook his hand and he kept him moving. Even Keith Thurman, he lost to Pacquiao. He shook his hand and he kept moving. If you want to make a statement right after the fight. That's how you put pressure on the WBC or the IBF or the fans to want to see the fight immediately again. You know, to be honest, do you really want to see Danny Garcia and Errol Spence, or would you rather see a rematch between Shawn and Errol Spence? January 25th, if Errol never got into an accident. Most of us going to say Shawn Porter, especially after seeing Danny Garcia versus Ivan Reddick, or Redneck, whatever you want to call him, this past Saturday. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in my opinion, I'd rather see Shawn get that rematch before Danny. But, like I said, it's subjective. I've been saying Errol Spence ain't that good. You know, and if it's the weight cut or whatever people want to say, you know, people don't want to admit it. Everybody know he ain't that good. If they really want to look at it, ain't nothing special about him. He not that big a puncher, and his punching power could be decreasing due to him being in a weight class he don't belong at. He fought a few fights at 154. Keith Thurman fought like 15 and 16 fights at 54, and they down here, they risking their lives. And when I say risking their lives, they risking their livelihood by draining themselves to make a weight that they shouldn't be there. And eventually that's going to catch up with them, not in their career, in their life, you know. And that's why Keith Thurman probably body breaking down from lack of fluid and draining his body. And Errol Spence right behind him. You know what I'm saying? Do I think Errol Spence is a top 3 talent in the welterweight division? I mean, based on him having his belts, yeah. But when I look at the best boxers at the welterweight division, you know, Pacquiao, Terence, Crawford, and if, you know, I got to go with Errol Spence in there as well, too. You know what I'm saying? Is there some other guys in the division that can get Errol Spence a run for his money? Yeah, you know, healthy Keith Thurman, but that's long gone. Shawn Porter get a second look, maybe he could beat him, but it's all subjective. But I do think, you know, a dude that won 2 titles, a dude that, you know, that defeated Shawn Porter, I felt that it was fair and square. It was close. Don't get me wrong, it was close. I felt that they should have to do it again, just as Derbychenko and Triple G should have to do it again. But it was really, really close. And, you know, Shawn Porter should have kept that energy after the fight. That's how you put pressure. And I'm going to give game to fighters, because I don't know if fighters, you know, really are students of the game. I met a lot of fighters over the test of time, and a lot of them amateurs. They don't watch professional boxing. They don't follow it. But look here. If you want to put pressure on for a fighter to make a rematch, you know, put pressure right after the fight. Say, forget if you piss on his parade, you piss on his parade. Derbychenko should have been talking his stuff to the translator, or if he speak English, Golovkin robbed me. The zone didn't give me a fair shake. Forget all that being nice. Shawn Porter should have kept the same energy. I got robbed this fight. They want to make Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao. They want Errol Spence to be the star. But then again, you really don't want to, you know, piss on Al Haymon parade, because I heard Al got a lot of power, and I get to that, you know, even outside the situation I'm going to talk about. I heard he got a lot of power, so maybe Shawn don't want to piss on this parade, but, you know, he should say Errol should want to run it back with me. I feel that if I beat Errol Spence, but like I said, he put himself over Errol Spence. He felt that he won. He probably went home and watched the fight again, said, I definitely beat this guy. A ton of guys from Ohio think he won. Troy King thought he won. You know what I'm saying? A few other guys, you know, thought he won. So, you know, it's subjective. You know, when you don't stop somebody clearly, then you open yourself up to people saying, oh, there was a close fight, he got robbed. People was even saying Danny Jacobs and Canelo was close, and I didn't think it was close at all. Danny Jacobs, Canelo, and Canelo Triple G, the second one, I didn't think it was close at all. You know, I thought Canelo dominated the fight from my perspective, but Shawn feeling himself, you know, and I'll talk about his other comments at another time, but, you know, I do think Errol definitely top 3. I thought he edged Shawn Porter out. I thought they should do it again before Danny Garcia fight. But if he, you know, gifted a Manny Pacquiao fight where he can make life-changing money for his family, of course he should do that for himself. You know, the one just looking at it for the benefit of Errol Spence, the benefit of boxing, you know, let him fight Manny Pacquiao. That's what he want. If he lose, he lose. You know, if he win, he win. But, yeah, Al Haymon has established himself a long time ago as being the most powerful man in boxing. And it was confirmed to me from a really, really strong source, as strong as it can get, in my opinion, unless it's coming from Al Haymon's mouth, that he did have Manny Robles fired. Yep, he told Andy to fire Manny Robles. Manny Robles explained to Al Haymon, for what I understand, is that Andy Ruiz didn't do nothing for 3 months, and it wasn't his fault. And what they want to do is they want to find somebody strict that can stay on Andy Ruiz and make Andy Ruiz fight and chase Andy Ruiz in the street and put a dog collar around him, a choke chain around him, and a leash on him and drag him to the gym. You know, I ain't working with nobody like that. If I'm a trainer and I gotta, you know, tell another grown man to get in the ring or come spar or do the miles, and, you know, he need a disciplinarian like that, I don't want to work with nobody like that. For real. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just follow these dudes in the street and you know, make him do something he don't want to do. This is a grown man. If his daddy can't make him do what he want to do, his family can't make him do what he want to do. $13 million and potentially hundreds and hundreds of $1 million on a rematch with Anthony Joshua if he beat him the second time, fighting Deontay Wilder, a fight with Chris Arreola in Mexico or something like that. If he didn't want to really be remembered and cemented in boxing history, then at the end of the day, come on, man, this is the problem with Al Haymon, bruh. He always trying to maneuver and do what's best for do what he think is best for his fighter. He treat his fighters like sons unconditionally. Andy Ruiz is just a lazy, fat fucker, man, and that's just what it is. And like I said before, I support him after the Anthony Joshua loss, but that's what he is. He lazy, he fat, he ain't gonna amount to nothing with that attitude he got. And for Manny Robles to be the scapegoat, remember, most trainers don't have contracts. They paid off a handshake agreement. You know, and I wouldn't want to say this, but Manny Robles did a lot for Andy Ruiz, man. You know what I'm saying? Andy Ruiz was broke after he bought his way out of top rank. And Manny Robles, you know, took that man in. I'll just keep it that way. When he didn't have nothing, Manny Robles was there. So Andy Ruiz should have stepped in and be like, Al, that was my fault. I'm going to do better. It wasn't Manny's fault. I lost track. You know, I was enjoying the nightlife. I promise I'm going to do well. Next time, you just line these fights up, and you're going to see a motivated Andy Ruiz. But Andy Ruiz ain't got no loyalty. You know what I'm saying? At all. Ain't no loyalty with Andy Ruiz. He should have told Al, it was my fault. Oh, Manny ain't going nowhere. We going to get it right. Promise you. We going to come back stronger. No, he just used Manny Robles and used him as a stepping stone and, you know, and made him the scapegoat. You know, you can't make nobody not go out there and eat. He can't be on him 24/7. You know what I'm saying? He can't be a live-in with Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? He can't make sure he in shape and he doing his sit-ups. And you want this dude to be a disciplinarian. You want him to be a strength and conditioning coach. You want him to be a coach. And then watch this dude, what he do. Now, what he should do is get a program like that kid Jason Rosario had who beat J-Rock, where he basically was in the halfway house. He had a curfew. He couldn't eat no outside food at the house. That's what he need to do. And if Al Haymon wants somebody to be a disciplinary on Andy Ruiz, won't he get his ass out of his mansion out behind his desk and get out there and run them miles with Andy Ruiz and blow his whistle and train him? Go find his brother Bobby Haymon and have his brother train him, and you get a whip and whip Andy Ruiz when you get out of character. You know what I'm saying? Or he ain't doing what you supposed to do. Man, all that energy for Andy Ruiz, it don't even matter, bruh. They need to just focus on getting Deontay Wilder the Anthony Joshua fight. They need to focus on the other fighters. You know what I'm saying? Andy Ruiz, you know, he a blip. You know what I'm saying? Andy Ruiz needs to go back to the bottom and struggle so he know what it feel like to get back to the top. But like I said before, everything that Andy Ruiz showed us after he beat AJ leading to the second fight just showed everybody why, you know, he was a forgotten heavyweight, why he was fighting in ballrooms and the Masonic Temple on his way up. He deserved that. His work ethic not there. That same hunger that he had in the 6-week training camp, whatever it was for the original Anthony Joshua fight, he lost that hunger when he got $5 or $6 million. Then he got $13 million in the rematch, and it's over with. And you could tell he immature. He gonna burn through that money too. He don't have no maturity. He ain't invested his money unless Al making him. But to make Manny Robles the scapegoat, man, please. You know, and Al Haymon need to keep it real with that man. You know what I'm saying? But Andy Ruiz didn't go out there and try to save Manny Robles at all. Imagine Al Haymon telling Shawn Porter or telling Danny Garcia, oh, you need to fire your daddy. You need to fire your coach. Danny Garcia probably retire. Danny Garcia probably cuts Al out. Shawn will probably cuss Al out. Imagine him telling Robbie Jr. he need to fire his coach, to fire his dad. You know what I'm saying? And Manny Robles had a conversation with him, from what I understand, and he still got him fired. Andy Ruiz didn't stick up for him. So Manny Robles, Andy Ruiz just used you. So if he ever come back, man, he could be starving on the street. I wouldn't give him a gusher. I wouldn't give him a banana. I wouldn't give him an apple. I wouldn't talk to Andy Ruiz in life again. Because Andy Ruiz could have said, no, I'm going to get it right. No, Andy Ruiz let Al Haymon talk him into firing Manny Robles. Man, he can never step foot in my gym. He stepped foot in my gym, I'll do a Teddy Atlas, what he did to Mike Tyson. I go, nope, he better not call me. I'm deleting his number. All the shit Manny Robles did for him. And that just let you know how shitty some of these fighters really are. Seriously, that just let you know ain't no loyalty. Look how Danny did Andrew Rozier over a couple dollars. You know how you want to pay me a flat rate, but you know you should have gave me a percentage. That just let you know, bro. Ain't no loyalty. How Badu Jack texts Eddie Mustafa Muhammad that he no longer want to work with him no more, instead of shaking his hand and seeing them eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? Over a couple dollars. Over a couple dollars. The boxing trainers got the shittiest job in boxing, but the most important job at the same time. So it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? That link's in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. But Cash App, PayPal there as well too. But hey, let me know what you guys think about what Shawn Porter said. I linked that interview in the description or the source link. Once again, The interview is in the description on the source link. Y'all can't read or y'all can't listen neither. People keep asking me where the interview at. It's always in the description when I do a story like this. So you can check it out. Shout out to Behind the Gloves again. Keep sharing the videos. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. One time for